closer attention to the BPM industry and was reading up about it. And one of the things that stood out for me, and I think will inform a lot of your sessions over the next 2 days, is the ambition to take this sector of the IT industry from a $20 billion revenue now to $50 billion in a few years. And I read that figure and I read it again and I read it again and it blew my mind. Because when I started covering the computer industry, it wasn't yet called IT, just called computers. The largest company in India was HCL. And that year, I think it was 1988 or 89, that year HCL completed 50 crore rupees in turnover. So to go from 50 crore to 50 billion, from rupees to dollars, speaks to your achievement, but it also speaks to India's economic power in the world. And we're here in Bangalore, which is also a seat of India's military power in the world, because this, of course, began life as a military cantonment. So many important military institutions are in this city, and the scientific institutions here were a big part of India's nuclear program. But today I want to speak about something a little different. I want to talk to you about India's soft power. At the end of the 80s and the beginning of the 90s came an event that would change the view the world had of India forever. And it would change all of your lives. It was a global panic over a computer glitch. It was called the Millennium Bug. I don't have to tell this audience what it was. It was the notion that every computer in the world would suddenly stop at midnight on the 31st of December 1999. And everybody seemed to think that this was going to happen. And the solution came from India. Tens of thousands of Indians began to spread around the world to fix that bug. Programmers, engineers, and the Indian IT industry basically was built on the back of these engineers. Now in India, I was covering the industry at the time, this was seen as somehow beneath us. An expression was created to describe this phenomenon. It was called body shopping. And people said body shopping is not really a good thing. To be honest, I thought that too. Because it felt somehow like only slightly better than sending our construction workers to Dubai and Riyadh. But what we failed to see was the image of India, that these bodies that we were shopping, how they were changing that image. Because suddenly, almost overnight, Indians were beginning to be seen as problem solvers, as technically gifted, as smart, as nerds.